On this video, I will be talking about the African culture and the Black Panthers and the trading going on right now. I hope this will be my very last video talking about this because I'm really already tired and sick of everything going on right now. So, first of all, being an African is not even being born in Africa. It's not even having your ancestor coming from Africa. Being an African is a culture. So, even in Africa, even people born in Africa, there are so many or so much of them because you cannot even count them. There are so many who want to live like the Western lifestyle, who want to live like white people. And you should not even consider them to be African just because they were born in Africa. Being African doesn't mean being black. So, first of all, regarding the Black Panthers movie, I'm not even surprised. I mean, I was talking to a sister of mine. She was so disappointed about the movie because she heard everybody talking about it. She was like, oh, maybe I need to watch this movie. And then she was so disappointed. So, but I told her, first of all, I'm not going to watch the movie because I will not learn anything from it. That's first. Second, I'm not shocked that you guys overhyped the movie because it's like you never ever see a pool and you never even know that it was existing. Now when you see a pool, you'll be like, oh, I discovered an ocean. I discovered the sea. Now, fuck no. You just show how retarded, stubborn, and illiterate you are. This movie has nothing inside it. Like, this movie is meaningless. Besides the fact that all the actors are black or brown. So, I will give you into detail what the African culture is about. So, you figure out after this video if you could still consider yourself as an African. So, the first point I would highlight is you don't have to wait for Black Panthers to remember that you are an African. If you did that, you're not an African for sure. That's the first point. The second point, which is more important to me, is women are the soul of the African culture. Women are considered to be goddess, like goddess, like God, because we praising our women. We like respect them and give them all the respect they deserve. That's why you will see people calling the little girls mommy. It's a sign of respect. It's like, I give you all the respect. You are able to give life, so I need to respect. That's why I never fucking tolerate those fucking guys who are beating up women. They're lucky. Those women they beating, they don't have no backup. They don't have no siblings. They don't have no brothers. In my fucking family, you beat my sister no matter what, we will come at you, boy, and you will regret it. And you will never, ever put your fucking hands on her anymore. That's how it works. So, you cannot respect a woman and beat her. That doesn't make sense to me. The next point will be women, as we are respecting them, as they know the respect they deserve, praise their soul, praise their body, are not reduced to sex. They have much more value than sex. Sex is the very last important things in a women's value. Because all of you guys have a sex. All of you guys have a pussy. So, what makes you different from other girls? That's values. And even sex, to have sex with a real African girl, you will need to prove her that you deserve it. Because that's her body that she's praising. She's not giving it to anybody or everybody or just like a one night stand now. She don't do that. So, if you're sleeping with men as soon as you meet them, or it doesn't mean anything for you to sleep with a man, then you're not an African, for sure. Being an African is not a trending. It's not because the movie is out in the theater that you'll be wearing African clothes and be like, well, now I'm an African. No, if you feel like you're an African and you're proud to be an African, you're proud of the African culture, you're proud of the African dresses, dress like that every single fucking day. You want to go to club? Yeah, put your dashiki on, go to the nightclub. You want to go to a party? Put your saggy on, go to the party. That's how it is. No, but we busy wearing Gucci, Dolce Gabbana, whatever. And then when the movie's out, people wear the clothes just to go watch the movie. You see how inconsistent you are, and you satisfy yourself with the very least just to go fucking watch the movie. Like, so that means after the movie is over, I go pack that shit and put it wherever it was. Bro, come on, let's be serious. Like, we cannot be doing this shit all the time. Like, let's be serious about what we're doing. Let's not be fake. That's just being fake. I don't know what you guys are benefiting out of it, but I don't know what it is. So, yeah, the next one will be the African culture. I will talk about the West Africa, because that's the tradition people more know about, the Vodou. But in every country in Africa, they have their traditional custom or culture that is kind of similar to Vodou. It's not always like, there's some black secret or some shit like that into it. So if you are an African, if you pretend to be an African, if you say your fathers or your ancestors are coming from Africa and you are scared from Vodou, then there is a problem. Then there's something wrong with you, because that's the heritage your parents have given to you. But you bought into Christianism, which actually is an African culture that they modified to make it politically correct to serve their interest. So you bought into Christianism and reject your culture in Vodou, and you pretend to be African. Bro, were you mocking? Are you serious? You might be fucking kidding me, boy. So if you're scared of African culture, in this case I talk about Vodou because it's the most popular one, then there's a problem. You're not an African. You're something like a white man, but you were so unlucky to be born in this black skin, or you're so unlucky to have that melanin in your body. The next one we'll be talking, oh, I forgot to mention it. People are scared from Vodou, but when it comes to Illuminati, you are not scared no more. You cool? This athlete is in Illuminati, it's not a problem. This singer is in Illuminati, it's not a problem. Oh, on this song there is some Illuminati shit. Oh no, it's okay. I could still dance. Well. No problem. But when it comes to Vodou, oh no, I need to stay very far away from this. But I'm not African. The next one I will be talking about is a real African, or the African culture, praise kids. The more kids you have, the more richer you are, and the more African you are. But no, there was a propaganda to not having kids. Oh, kids is a problem, it's an issue. I even see like some black American, because I don't call you guys African. I don't consider you to be African, I'm sorry. Black American, oh no, people in Africa don't need to have so many kids. Or are you the one feeding them? No, they did not ask you for shit. They did not ask you for shit. And they have much less problem than what you do. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the reality though. So, the more kids you have, the better you are. An African should have some kids. I will not give a number because it's relative. Everybody should know at least how many he should have. An African should give an animal, a pet, his place of pet. Do not consider a pet as a person, or do not give the same respect, value, importance of a pet to a person. That's not African culture. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it is what it is. In the African culture, animals are animals. Some of them should be eaten. Some of them should just be here like, What's new? But not to be taking like kids, kissing dogs. If you have like dogs, you kiss them and all those crap, and you call the dogs he, she, like a person, then you mentally unstable. There's a problem in there. When I learned English, I learned that pets and stuff or like things, you should call them it. I-T, it. He is for a person. She is for a person, not an animal. For the kids, I think I will talk about America because they say they're the number one. I mean, they're the country that people look up to. So I think if things shake over there, maybe other people will try to copy it. In America, I think right now you guys have like 30 million of African, or I mean, when they say African, it's like a mulatto, or I mean, there's even no pure African in America. So you are almost 30 million, and the white people are about 200 million. How about this? You complain to be the minority. You are being called the minority. But you don't want to fucking have kids. You want to have dogs like white people. You don't want to born. You aborted. You don't want to do shit. But you complain about being married. You got to do something if you don't want to be married no more. How about this? If every single woman had 12 kids, let's say in the population now you have 20 million women. If all of them give 12 kids, what would be the African or the black population in the next 20 years? That's going to be 20 million times 12. That's 240 million black folks in America. And you will no longer in the next 50 years or 30 years or 40 years be the minority. Does that have an impact? Yes, when you are in minority, your voice don't count. You gotta know it. And it's not just about having kids. You need to raise them the fucking right way. That's the African culture. You have those kids, you raise them the right way. You make sure they don't fall into LGBT shit. You're an African, you should not be an LGBT shit. Because the African culture is based upon the respect of Mother Nature. So if you are into those crap, know that you're not an African and you don't even deserve to be. Well, being an African is taking care of the family. Yes, that's valid for every and anybody in the family, from the dad to the son. You could not be an African and you have been into 2 marriages and more because that means you are a liar and you are not even able to take care of your family. No matter what happened into your family shit, I don't give a fuck. But because you said you will stick to that family for the best and for the worst. Now when it comes to the worst, no, you already run away. We don't know divorce in African culture. It's one and done. There is no comeback. That's why before getting married in Africa, you gotta be sure that you really want to spend the rest of your life with that man or that woman. You see, women having kids with 2, 3, 4 dads. You just a bitch. That's all you are. You are just a fucking bitch. Like, you sleeping with whoever want to sleep with you, having kids, and then how you gonna raise those kids? That's a problem, because a kid needs to be mentally stable. He needs to say every day, mommy and daddy. A kid who says daddy only on the weekend, he has a problem. It's not stable. A kid that says mommy only on the weekend or during the summer, it's not stable. A kid who has brothers who he never have to meet his dad, that's a problem. I was seeing this guy complaining about he was married to a girl who has a kid, which is a mistake. First, you should not get married to a girl who already has a kid. That's a fucking mistake. And they had the kid together. So the girl had 2 kids before they meet or they married. So the thing is, every weekend the dads of the kid's daddy, he come pick up his kids, so they go hang out and do whatever they want. And now he was asking to get all of them 3 boys, so the kids will be hanging out together. And the guys feel like there's a problem because that's his son. He don't want him to be dealing with this guy. But you should have been thinking about it even before getting married to this girl, because that's unavoidable. Because the kid, he knows that's his brothers, and he would like to have some fun with the other kids as well. No matter what you guys did before, he don't give a shit. He wasn't here. He didn't even ask to come on this herd. So to avoid this shit, all those bitches, you need to stop. Like, learn for some sexual contraception. Use some condom. Use some crazy shit to avoid having kids if you're not ready or if you don't want to be taking care of them. And men, don't fucking sleep with girl if you're not ready to have kids. That's a problem. It's not the African fucking culture. So, let me move. Being an African means being happy to see everybody around happy. It's not about being happy to be on the top and other people are suffering, because that's what it is about in America. Oh, I made it. I'm making some money. You can see my cash card. You see my bling bling. Did you see my fucking car? Oh yeah, I made it. What about you guys? You still suffering the poverty and shit? No, I'm not gonna help you. I'm done. Like, I'm done with this lifestyle. I don't want to go back there. I have a fucking other video to talk about this. That's not the fucking African culture. African does not brag around. Okay? The life is valuable and priceless for Africa. Yes, life is priceless in the African culture. So, abortion and criminalities are not African culture. Forget about it. It's not. So, if you are in that business, forget about being African. Just be who you are and keep it real. In the African culture, family is your most important, not the media, not the job, not the public. I remember this kid, Jacob Copeland from Florida, who turned his back to his family and has the support of the media and the public. The thing is, when it works out, they support you. When you fail, nobody's here to support you. That's why it's all fake. They don't support you. They just want to have fun. That's it. So, when it doesn't work out, your family will always still be here for you. That's why you need to stick together no matter what. Never throw your family under the bus. Never turn your back on them. And the family business under the roof, not on the street. Don't bring your family shit on the street. That doesn't work like that. Being an African means being educated. I'm not talking about the school system because it's corrupted. I'm tired of saying that already. But there are so many values, proverbs, counsel, advices in the African culture. Education is the very, very most important things. If you have your kids, you do not educate them, then you fail. You are not an African. Don't consider yourself to be an African. So, men, I know you can barely find men nowadays, but this is what, if they were African, right, those who pretend to be African, this is what they should be doing. An African should be providing and protecting. That means you should go to work your ass hard to provide for your family. I'm not saying that the women should not be working, but she should not be working as much as you do. She should be working for a certain amount of time and taking care of making sure the kids have the right education, because it's pointless for you guys to make money and then your kids fail are on the street, are prostitute, are in gang, are in this and that and that. That's a failure. Women, educate yourself. If you could get degrees, then get degrees. But those degrees, your work, stay outside of the house. When you come to the house, your man is the chief. You got to respect him, to be submissive to him, to listen to him, and to advise him when he's being wrong. That's what women should do. Yes, I forgot to tell you this. I was saying that women in America, you guys should have there like 12 kids per women. I know people will be like, well, how are they going to be feeding them? Use the fucking system. Just use it. There are some programs that will give you some money or some food just because you have some kids and you don't have that revenue. You don't make that good money. You don't earn a lot or you don't even work. Use it. That's just a payback from what they owe you. Stop crying. Just trying to use it the right way to trying to achieve something. That's how you should be thinking. So, you guys, that was the point for you to consider yourself. That's just the basic, to consider yourself to be an African. Oh, no, I forgot this. An African is devoted and committed to his family. It's not a cheater. Cheating is not African shit. I mean, African culture. So, you guys, this was the point. This was the point to consider yourself to be African. After you watch this video, you could still see or feel like you should consider yourself as an African or not. So, stop being fake, idiot.